Hi, my name is Samantha Trowinski, and this fitness assessment that we're going to be doing today is for a special populations class at Montclair State University. The assessment that's going to be taking place today is called the 8-foot up and go test. And this measures speed, agility, and balance in adults or the elderly, which is important because you need them to kind of do your basic everyday tasks. And the results that we're going to be getting from this test that we're going to be doing today are very important because you can use them to kind of formulate a specific exercise program if you want to ever be working with a client that needs to improve these specific fitness related items. So for the 8-foot up and go test, what we're going to be doing is how I'm going to have you sit is you're going to be sitting in the chair and your hands are going to be on your knees just like this, and then we're going to do a practice. And so what you're going to do is you're going to stand up, and as fast as you can without running, just kind of your normal pace, is you're going to walk around the cone and back. And then you're going to sit back down and put your hands on your knees. And then I'm going to ask you before the test and after what your RP is, or your rated perceived exertion, or kind of like your shortness of breath. So as you can see, the scale starts from 6 and ends at 20. 6 is no exertion, so you're not really working hard. You can manage your breathing very well. And then as it goes up, the intensity for you kind of feels a little bit harder, okay? So then we're going to do a practice right now, and I'm going to time you.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say go, you're going to get up, and you're going to do how we showed you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to wait for it to get on an even number.
Okay.
Ready? Go. Okay. So the time was 20 seconds. Okay. So you kind of understand how?
Yes.
That's
That's
perfect?
what it was practice.
Okay. So as of right now, what is your RP?
6.
6? Okay. Okay, so that will be for trial 1. Alright, so now this is going to be the first test, okay?
Mhm.
Ready? Go. Okay. Also 20 seconds. Alright. And then this is going to be trial 2. Ready? Go. Okay, that was 19. And what is your RP as of now?
6.
6? Okay. Now for the 8-foot up and go test, some things that I kind of noticed about you was that you had a lot of good strength. You seemed like when you were walking you had very good coordination and agility with your feet. You didn't really trip over yourself much. But then when you were getting up, I noticed there was a little bit of a struggle. Other than that, you seem to be able to perform the task very well.
Mhm.
Your RP is good, suggesting you have, a good, strong cardiovascular system, and you manage your breathing very well.
Mhm.
So that is the conclusion of the 8-foot up and go test. Thank you for being a participant in this exam.
Hi, my name is Marissa Fulvey. I'm a part of the Special Populations class at Montclair State University. Today we're going to be conducting the chair sit to stand test with our participant Donna. What this basically tests is balance, coordination, and overall strength in hamstrings and glutes, and also a basic idea of their functional strength, which functional strength is basically what a body requires to perform basic ADLs. This test can be applied in the field when it comes to creating a baseline that will provide data for an exercise program that deals with any kind of leg weakness, balance, coordination issues, and also as well functional strength. Before I demonstrate the assessment to Donna, I'm going to explain to her the RPE scale.
But can you
Basically, Donna, when I ask you what your RP is, you're gonna give me this number based on how hard you feel like you're working, how tired you are, how shortness of breath you are. Okay, so to demonstrate the test, this is a 17-inch chair against the wall. You're gonna rest with your hands on your knees, and you're gonna have your feet shoulder width apart. And basically, when you stand up, you're gonna cross your hands, and you're gonna move your center of gravity over your knees and stand up. And then you're gonna sit back down, and Donna's gonna repeat this process for 30 seconds. And we're gonna count how many times she does it in a 30-second duration. Remember, you can take a break if you need to. Don't feel rushed. It's just for 30 seconds. Okay? Okay, so we're gonna start in about 10 seconds, and I'm gonna tell you when to start.
And do you have an ID number, reference number? 901. Okay. 30 059.
And go.
6060. Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Okay, this is 4. This is 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And you can stop. Okay, so that's the 30 seconds. She stood up 9 times. And Donna, if I could ask you what you feel like your RP is on this scale.
I would say 8.
Okay, that's not bad. So she's mildly exerted. She's not crazy shortness of breath. What I did notice with her standing is a little compensation. I feel like she's compensating the left leg for maybe a little bit of weakness in the right leg. But other than that, you did pretty well. Okay, so thanks for being my subject.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alex Moss. I'm a member of the Montclair State Exercise Science Program. Today we're conducting a test for our special populations class. The test that I will be conducting is the 6-minute walk test. It's a sub-maximal aerobic test. Tests the pulmonary, cardiovascular, and systemic systems, as well as circulations. We are more so familiar with the maximal tests, such as the Rockport test or the cycloergometer. But for our special population today, we're going to be doing the 6-minute walk, as it is a, as I said, sub-maximal or lower intensity test. Nonetheless, though, we'll still be using the same units of measure. We'll have a baseline blood pressure, baseline heart rate. We'll also be doing O2 saturation, and I have here a Borg scale, or sorry, an RPE scale, which we'll be using for her shortness of breath as well as exertion during the test. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my baseline measures. So as I mentioned before, I have here an O2 saturation measurement. So what I will do, see if I can have your index finger, I'll apply it to her finger. Process takes a little while sometimes. Okay. Oh, okay. So we had 98% O2 saturation and a heart rate of 86 beats per minute. Very standard measures. She's a healthy individual, so that's to be expected. Before, we need to collect baseline stats. So we have her O2 saturation and heart rate. Now I will collect her baseline blood pressure. Good. So it came out to about 122 over 80. Once again, pretty standard measurement for a healthy individual here. So before we go outside, I'm actually going to demonstrate the test in here for you. So what we have laid out here is a small scale version of our test.
Okay.
So as you see, if you could just move the camera over there, there's a small orange cone over there. There will also be one planted over here. This is simulated for 100 feet. So what we're going to have you do is start from one cone, simply at your own pace. No, speed, no timing whatsoever. Just 6 minutes of walking from one cone to the other. We'll have a chair placed at 50 feet in between in case you start feeling any shortness of breath, any tiredness, or any sort of pains or soreness. We'll immediately terminate the test, and you can have a seat in that chair.
Okay.
Okay, so you understand?
Yes.
All right, we're all set. Started at a 6 on the Borg scale, no shortness of breath, no indicators of any sort of exertion or exhaustion. Okay, so Donna.
Yeah.
We're a little bit past the 1 minute mark. Doing well. We're a little bit past the 5 minute mark now. Donna's doing a great job. She's moving at her own pace. No complaints of shortness of breath or any sort of exhaustion. With 1 minute to go. Alright, so we kind of told you multiple times now about the scale today.
Yes.
I'll wait till the truck passes by. Not passing by, he's coming in. Okay. On a scale of 6 to 20, where would you say your rate of perceived exertion is?
10.
You're at a 10 now, okay. Any shortness of breath? Any acute pain or anything like
No.
that? No. Okay. Thank you very much for participating in our
You're
test. We're
welcome.
going to take you inside now and take your measurements one more time.
Okay.
The operation inside got a little noisy outside, but now we'll be doing our post-test measurements. Once again, we got her base levels, so now we'll do a comparison with her post-test. As she mentions outside, she elevated from a 6 to a 10 on the rated perceived exertion. So now we will also be measuring her O2 saturation as well as her heart rate. But first, during the test, my speculations were that she was able to complete the test at her own pace. She kept her own pace throughout, did not need any assistance. There was no shortness of breath. Very, standalone, able to do it herself. She did complain of knee pain. That was probably the only, setback of our test. But otherwise, based off the special population and the purpose of the test, it was completed relatively well. So now we'll take her post-test measurements. Okay, so she is now at a heart rate of 97 and a O2 saturation of 99. So as expected, because of this test, her level is elevated a little bit. Once again, though, being the fit individual she is, Still not that much of an increase. Nothing to worry about. Overall, still numbers looking good. So now I will collect once again her blood pressure.
That lady got back to me, immigration. And she was talking about.
Okay. So her post-test blood pressure came out to 136 over 84. As you know, the theme's been healthy individual. Really nothing to report there. Pretty standard after post-exercise blood pressure. So overall, we can confirm she's a healthy individual. Once again, just last, test precautions. Do you feel once again any discomfort, any sort of chest pains,
No.
anything at all? Is
No.
knee feeling better already?
Knee pain, better now, yes.
Better now already. All right. Thank you very much for participating in our
You're
test and your
welcome.
cooperation.